football watch-alongs. On Mondays, we may have something new. I know the NFL corner tried to do some more tier lists. I think we tried to just do a lot more stuff on the channel, and this is part of it. I'm a big F1 fan. Nearly knocked my tricky Saturdays over. We can't be having that, especially on a race day. But we're going to try some different watch-alongs, and I think today is the first big try of something that isn't football. And yeah, so I mean, I'll load up. Thank you to anyone that's watching that'll come in to watch. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Might as well get it in early while we can. I'm just going to load up the starting positions. I've loaded up YouTube X. I didn't want to do that because there has been sort of not breaking news, but Lewis Hamilton. I can load up my phone instead. It's easier. Lewis Hamilton has got a grid place penalty, which is big in the race. Hold up, load the F1 app up. How is everyone though? How is everyone? It's what time is it in England? Just about to hit 2 o'clock. I think we're probably 10 minutes from, and it's a kick off from the start of the race. I need to remember to look at that camera because on my right, on there, on the screen, that's my second monitor where I've got the stream on. But then I've got on there, I've got the race and my camera's on it. So I need to remember that. I'm just sorry. I am distracted just a little bit. I'm trying to find it. It's on Twitter, isn't it? Well done, Rowan. Found it. Okay. So in P1 is Valtteri Bottas. He obviously was there. There before. In P2 is Max Verstappen now. Red Bull launched a complaint that Hamilton ignored the yellow flags. Very late decision from the FIA. I mean, as in probably half an hour before the start of like the coverage. I don't think maybe even during the coverage. So very strange. Oh, yeah, they load up on Sky if you want to watch it on Sky Sports F1. Get Now TV if you're in England. But yeah, Bottas, Verstappen, and then it's Lando Norris and the McLaren. The McLaren really having a strong showing. Even finishing P4 from Lando's perspective, seems like the sim racing is paid off for him. In P4 is Alex Albon, the other Red Bull. So the other Albon starting, the Red Bull starting on the first two grids. P5 and P6 is Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton obviously getting the 3-point place deduction for ignoring the yellow flags. Again, it's such a It's such a strange decision. Just because it was so late. Like it's been with the FIA for a lot that there's very big inconsistencies. The drivers are just currently getting the car. I think that's Bottas. Yeah, it's Bottas getting his car. Valtteri 2.0. We always see in Austria that the porridge man always sort of performs well in his first race, and this is the first race. It'd be a good confidence boost. This is probably his best chance to win a season, just because he doesn't have to worry about the long schedule. If it is just an 8-race schedule as it is planned, he's not having to worry about the long season of like, can he consistently get points. He's got 8 solid races. If he beats Hamilton in 4 of them, he could do this. I mean, we could be seeing a lot of draws maybe. So these fast, I think this is where fastest laps would matter in the season, just because obviously when you've got your regular season, there are so many like differentials into what can happen, and the fastest lap rarely comes into it. But this, when there's so limited races, extremely big. P6, Sergio Perez, the Racing Point, the Mercedes 2.0 as we're calling them, very quick for the Racing Points. They was dipping out of P10. Hi, Teddy said there. All right, here we go back to F1, baby. I know. I've been looking forward to. I think is I'm actually not a new fan to F1. Like, so when I was younger, it'd be on Channel 4 live. Hi, Chris. It'd be live on Channel 4, and you'd always watch it. You'd remember the sounds, and then never watched it because it moved over to Sky, and I didn't have Sky in my home. And then I watched F1 Drive to Survive, and I think there's a lot of like new fans did, and it was like, oh wow, this is why I did when I was younger. I was infatuated by it, and it's sort of the same now. So yeah, watched F1 Drive to Survive, and boom, we here we are a year later. But yes, so Sergio Perez getting a great season. Let me know what you think about qualifying. Chris said, I can't wait for F1 to be back. Yeah, let us know what you think about qualifying, what you shocked and surprised. Ooh, surprises. In 7th, it's Charles Leclerc, the Ferraris. Not looking fast. I mean, we'll come on to it later more. Carlos Sainz in 8th, being outbeaten by Lando. Lance Stroll in 9th, great position for him. And Danny Rick at starting at P10. Could be a great race for Danny Rick. We know he's a very aggressive driver. So if he can, I could see him possibly getting maybe a podium. But again, he's in the Renault. He's moving to McLaren next year. Carlos Sainz is going to Ferrari. Alarm bells. Oh, it's a very bold claim. I'll just come to it after I've read the positions. In 11th, Sebastian Vettel. It's his final season at Ferrari, possibly his final season in F1. And P11, the Ferrari, like I said, Charles Leclerc in 7th. Ferrari finishing in P11. I'm just checking. So Verstappen's on the mediums, but I think Valtteri's on the softs. So yeah, Vettel, the Ferrari's not looking strong. In P12, it's Pierre Gasly of the AlphaTauri, and then Kvyat in 13th. Then Esteban Ocon, not as high as you think. I mean, with Danny Rick finishing P10th, you maybe expect Ocon P11, maybe P12. Roman Grosjean and Magnussen in 56th. George Russell in 17th. Last year, he didn't have a great season. I mean, he outqualified Robert Kubica. Not hard. I mean, but not qualified 19th is probably the best position he could have, George Russell. P17. And then Giovinazzi and Raikkonen. Giovinazzi at one point was in that P7, P8 range, and then all the cars stepped up and unfortunately dropped down. Kimi in P19, and in P20th, it is Nicholas Latifi, the debutant. It was his birthday yesterday. Not most that he looked like he was off the pace a while, but it's the Williams. You never know. I mean, I doubt we're going to get a German race. Obviously, there were floods and rains predicted, but nothing's come of that. Let's go back to comments. All right, I'm making a bob prediction, but I think Stroll can get pole. In the race season. I mean, he did it in Baku. Well, he didn't, but he finished on the podium in Baku. He's shown glimpses. There's a YouTube channel, Luke something. He's like an Australian guy, and he did one on about Lance Stroll. He's not a bad driver. He's one of the where you go, Lance Stroll, medium tier driver. But with these racing points, I'm hoping Checo Perez will get a podium or at least a high qualifying quali, just because I think he does deserve it. I'm just going to turn down my F1 stream. If you are watching this live, you'll be able to hear the best theme in any sports. Bum, 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 ba-da-dum. Oh, great tune. They've ruined it a bit this year with having like the bits of history in, but it's still a very great theme tune. Chris Welch, you know, shot me, but McLaren have been up since the start of last year. I would say race point 2 shot me. Yeah, I mean, McLaren last season were a big shot. Carlos Sainz, it's what got him the move to Ferrari. We all knew he was a great driver, but he had an incredible last season. And then Lando, fair play to him. Danny Rick got very. Yeah, the guy from New Zealand, you're right. Danny Rick is a strange one because we know how good he is. I think next year will be suited better to him. I don't know. Esteban Ocon is also going to be their golden boy just because he's French and Renault are French. Yeah, and then because Albon, my dark horse, I think Albon's. When he moved to Red Bull, everyone was a bit shocked because it's that call up. Everyone expected Kvyat just because of the experience. Then maybe Albon comes in what would have been this season. He got called up. He had somebody. I think he was extreme look in Brazil, but he produced a great Brazilian moment with Pierre Gasly. That audio incredible. I forgot what I'm going to say. But yeah, Albon. It could be a shock. It's the first ever start in Europe this season. Obviously, we normally start in Austria. I can't wait. I mean, we're probably how long? Probably 5 minutes off, maybe 10 minutes off. We'll also have the warm up and then it'll be lights out. I mean, it's going to be very interesting. Everyone thinking before race, it's great. Nothing beats the build up of just. It's such a good song, and then it's not as good this year because of the cuts, but it's still pretty decent at all. Sorry if you can see me eating. I haven't had anything to eat today, so I've got a trusty banana and a chicken satay, so we'll be fine. I didn't want to go pack a Christmas drink. Oh, I think you can see my room. I had to even clean it up for you lot. I had to clean it up. I mean, we've got the Pirelli things there. Soft's obviously going to be the fastest, medium, and hard. This race is definitely going to be based on strategy. All the drivers are going to be the fittest they've talked about. Also, do you think who will get to see this? It's tough. People are saying maybe Hulkenberg come back. Doubt it. Alonso's been teasing that he's going to come back to F1 because it's dirty tease. I expect an F2 call up. If anything, who knows? Like, I mean, Callum Millot won their first F2 race today. Who won it? I don't know who won today actually. If I can find it. It'll be very tough. I mean, let me know what you think in the comments of who's going to be that Mercedes seat, because I think the other seats, like George Russell and Nicholas, to probably Williams next year, unless Valtteri goes, because I think George will get called up alongside Lewis. Chris Welch said, Verstappen to win Drivers' Championship, Mercedes to win Constructors, my predictions. Since Verstappen needs to start well, is Verstappen's best chance. He doesn't have to worry about inconsistency. I talked about at the start, 8 races. Yeah, 8 races, I had to check. It's his best chance. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we see like a very short, just because it's limited races. If that Ferrari gets a couple of weak finishes, I genuinely see them as finishing 4th, 5th, just because of how good the McLarens and the racing points have been. And you said otherwise, Hamilton wins. Hamilton is obviously the thing. Starting in P5, obviously. Very strange decision from the FIA. Very strange. Tennis Synthetic, let me know who you think will get the seat, because it's very open. I'm not too familiar with the F2. Is it Guangzhou? The what's it called? The Renault Academy driver I've seen. I mean, I'm not. I only know a couple of F2, like your big names. I know Jack Aitken as well, because shout out WTF1. I think Nick De Vries, Renault. He's the Mercedes Formula E guy, isn't he, as well? But because of George Russell, I say good shout actually. He's Dutch as well. I would say if he's French, easily call up. But I mean, Renault is straight like last season. I mean, 2018, great showing, and then 2019 with Danny Rick and Hulkenberg, there was something off. There was something off. Um, it's a chance for Ocon now to show why he should have never been dropped in the first place. I think the drivers are just about to do their warm-up lap. Mm. I mean, Nick Vries is a very unlucky guy, because he was in the F2 class which had Lando, Albon, and Russell, and he just wasn't. Hi, Kieran. And he was just never called up. Like it's a youth team. Yeah, they are doing their warm up laps now. I mean, we talk about a lot of the front grid. If we look at the back of the grid, I mean, who do you let me know in the comments, who do you think is going to be getting the most positions in this race? Who's going to gain? People are saying Seb, just because he's further back and he's an incredible driver. Kieran as well. Double Kieran's. And he destroyed Latifi by 35 points in F2. I think Latifi's a very strange choice. But again, his dad's got money, and or his family's got money. He's got good ties. And at the end of the day, money is everything. I mean, we'll talk about the Williams. George Russell, I think, was it 0.07 off Q2? Considering they were nearly 1.6 seconds off the pace last year. Good shout for Jovan. I said 1.6 seconds off the pace last season. I don't think we're going to see them get to the top, get points really. But George Russell's 17th, beating the Alfa Romeos. Good. I think Jovan, I'm rocking my Alfa hat. There was one thing I wanted to buy. Was it McLaren? It was a McLaren hoodie, but it was like all black, but it had the white McLaren logo. It looked really nice. I'm guessing. Wait, who do you actually support? There we go. He said he'd do it. Who do you currently support to take as like team? For me, it's McLaren, just because I think a lot of British guys know it. My favourite driver, it's Carlos Sainz, just because he's lovely, and Lando, just because he streams. It really does help someone who, like a young fan. If I'm 20, but like Lando Norris, his streams, he gets good views. Same with Charles, and that can help probably boost it. It's I think what we're seeing with youth drivers, and they are just really lined up. They've already done the warm up lap. Giovinazzi is a great shout. Yeah, he's had. What was it? Was it Belgium last year? Yeah, it was Belgium last year where final lap. I think he was in 10th maybe. Or it was having a good showing, and he just not that Kieran Dillon. Not that Kieran Dillon. He's not winning this because he's dead. But yeah, Giovinazzi spun out later on in the race. Yeah, McLaren's. I think a lot of English fans, McLaren is his favourite. KL, he said that before the stream, but KL and Kieran James Dillon are both Sports Corner alumni, the members. Are you Australian? I'm guessing, Tennyson. Then, if not, fair play for trekking over to Australia. And it's I always want to say it. It's lights out, and the cars do get underway. Bottas, all very good starts. I'm looking. Williams now. I think that's George Russell. Verstappen, Lando goes into P2. Either the Verstappen goes into P2. Norris, Albon, Hamilton in 5th. Charles Leclerc being under pressure by Racing Point's going to get into that P6. Oh, that Charles Leclerc's fast though. It goes past Sergio. Oh, it's midnight. Jesus Christ, fair play. That is one lucky thing about having sort of the COVID. Bottas has got a great lead. Norris is going to put Verstappen under pressure here. Ooh, not contact, but Albon and Hamilton. Hamilton's under a lot of pressure here by the Racing Point, the Ferrari. Lance Stroll's got a couple of positions. Sergio Perez has just got past. Yeah, Sergio Perez just got past Charles Leclerc. It's going to be very hard to keep up with it. I think that's why most people don't do F1 watch-alongs. I think when we go into Charles Leclerc now putting Perez under pressure. Oh, he's held up, defended incredibly well. Hamilton has had a shocking start. Wait, where is he? Has he dropped even further? Hold up. No, he's not. He has gone wide there. Giovinazzi number 99 hat. I like Giovinazzi. He seems like a cool guy. They're showing up the thing. Magnussen up 3 places. George Russell down back to P19. Grosjean and Pustak. Raikkonen up 2. Ocon and Kvyat down 2. Giovinazzi's up. I mean, your claim for Giovinazzi is doing great. Giovinazzi P5. Nah, he's going to fall. Magnussen and Giovinazzi in a great battle. Vettel up 1. Ricciardo down 1. Carlos Sainz now putting Charles Leclerc under pressure. Nothing happening there. Lance Stroll just sat behind all of them. He did well. Jeez, I'm sitting in P5, but Perez putting him under so much pressure then. This is where they'll be starting going to sort of the dead points of the race to probably get to pits. 71 laps. It's going to be a long one, so we're going to have another chicken Saturday. Ooh. That wasn't nice. Someone's just come through saying, look after the car to Bottas. Bottas already got a great lead. So does Verstappen. Albon going to put Lando under pressure. So yeah, Giovinazzi getting a great start. Him and Magnussen. Raikkonen is just. Ocon is sitting in 17th now. DRS has been enabled. We are 3 laps in. Ocon's already took over his place. But Ocon dropping 2 positions. Bottas got the fastest lap, is what you expect from your leader. Albon has just got past Lando Norris. You can expect that. You can really expect, but fair play to the Red Bulls. Good chance for Albon now. Sort of show why he deserved that call up earlier on last year. Checo on P6, Charles Leclerc 7-0. I'll tell you once they actually load it up at the standings. Thank you to everyone that's viewed in. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel. As you can see from the bottom, it's not just watch-alongs we do a football podcast, a wrestling podcast thing. The black, Chris, the black is not so much nice. I think first of all, it's got a great meaning, obviously, with everything that's going on. I mean, I'll talk about it later on when we're not in the start of the race, but great. It looks very nice. The silver is obviously a good looking, but I do prefer the black. I love a good black glaive like the hearts. I enjoyed. And Hamilton now getting past Lando Norris. We knew it'd be tough for Lando to sort of hold that P3, but only dropping down to P5. Only dropping down to P5. We'll have a look now. So after the start of the race, we've got Bottas in P1, Verstappen P2, fastest lap, Albon P3, Hamilton, Norris, Perez, Leclerc, Sainz, Stroll, Vettel, Ricciardo, Gasly, Magnussen, Giovinazzi, Kvyat, Ocon, Raikkonen, Grosjean, and then P19 and P20. It's Russell and Latifi. What can you do? I mean, they had a chance, but we know it's going to be tough for the Williams. But if they can show good quality performance, it's boost. We know last year though that they had good performance in terms of longevity. It only took them, I think, till Singapore to have their first DNF or something. It took them a while. We're getting an on board with Perez now, Governor Vettel, having not having a weak start, but only going up one position. With that Ferrari, you expect Charles Leclerc, I don't think, going up anything. Perez is going to try to catch up Lando Norris now. Ooh, it's a piece of fat. Thank you, Kieran. Hopefully, Hull do pick up the win. I'm not worried for Lewis Chance to championship. He does. Thinks he's so consistent, and it's annoying. It's annoying that he's so good, but there's a reason that when you go to someone and say, "Oh, do you know F1?" I don't know F1, but I know Lewis Hamilton because he's Lewis. He's the most known, I think, F1 driver, along with like Schumacher. A lot of people know Alonso as well, but like it's Lewis Hamilton. If you're British, you know who Lewis Hamilton is. Do you think Ferrari's engine investigated from last year is affecting the confidence? I don't know. I don't think it's a confidence issue. I genuinely think it's a pace issue. I really do. I mean, I'll have a look. I'll load up the Austrian 2019 and sort of compare Austrian GP 2019. If you ever just compare from last year results, 6 laps in here, but so Verstappen won last year. Charles were in second last year because it was Max and Charles when they had a bit of a argy-bargy. But yeah, Valtteri in third, Seb in fourth. So last year Ferrari were P2 and P4. So maybe maybe it is a confidence issue kind of thing. Yeah, Albon and Hamilton both going up 1, Norris dropping 2, Vettel up 1, Ricciardo down 1, Magnussen up 3, Giovinazzi up 4, Kvyat Ocon down 2, Raikkonen up 2, Grosjean down 3, and Russell down 2. I'm just having a look for last year, see if there's any sort of Lance Stroll can probably improve. Lance Stroll 14th, Giovinazzi finished 10th last year, so he obviously likes this track. I'm just going to load up the F2 results from Spielberg. Obviously, if you don't know this season, obviously is a reduced season, so we've got double Austria, so both in Spielberg. One is called the Austrian Grand Prix, and one is called the City or the State or type thing the track is in. Then you've got the Hungarian Grand Prix in Budapest. Then you've got Silverstone, and Silverstone. First one is the UK, the British Grand Prix. The second one is the 75th anniversary, 100 of something. It's an anniversary one. Dante Courts, no, they're racing. I can tell you, we are 7 laps in. No, what did Seb have to say about Alonso's return? I know obviously Alonso he's consistently racing over in America and for thingy, but yeah, it's just a tease, isn't it? Like when it was announced Ricardo leaving, I swear he put up a picture of him winning in a Renault or something. And then you've got Barcelona, Spa, and then Monza to end it. And there's rumours that they might be adding more at the end. Yeah, down to the 7 laps in. I mean, I'll just tell you P3 is Bottas, Verstappen, and Albon. Your pole British for Stroll is in Monza, a track that favours speed. And if we're talking about Mercedes 2.0, we know the Ferraris were quicker. You know what? If Lance Stroll gets pole, I will genuinely transfer you £100 if Lance Stroll gets pole, because I genuinely don't see it happening. But if it does, fair play. I won't. It won't be an 8-race season. It definitely won't. But I think they'll have to announce it soonish. I think they'd have to announce it at least by British Grand Prix, right? Because if they don't, then yeah. I mean, let us know in the chat if you've been to F1 races. I know if tennis synthetic, if you're, I'll call you synthetic, if you're from Australia, I'm guessing you've been to a lot of them. I know I've never been to a race. I was looking for my birthday next year for like the big boy. I wanted to go to a race, and we're looking at Canada because I've got family over there, so we're going to go for a long time, like 2 weeks, and go to the race while it's on. But then we're looking at the cheapest one, so from England, Holland, Baku, and the cheapest one were Hungary. So I mean, I think if you're in it depends where you are. Like if you're in the US, Canada, Mexico, in the US Grand Prix. The easiest, Australia, I'm guessing it's you, Japan, Singapore. I'm just trying to think. Europe is just to fly Europe, your accommodation and stuff. So if you've saved up, you could probably go to a nice one. I think. We're amazing because you see Stroll's results in Monza qualifying, P10 for Williams, P2. Hold up, I'm just going to look at Lance Stroll's qualifying performance. Lance Stroll, Monza. In fairness, you do look at where did he finish last year? Finished in P12 last year. And that was that was after the Vettel spin. I'm just loading up his thing. It's a chance. There is a chance. I wonder if has they got all. Oh, they have. So in 2017 with Williams P7, he finished. 2018 he finished P9. 2019 he finished P12. So finishes don't matter, but didn't have his quality results. Lance is another one where I quite like him, and I know you probably there's like obviously he sort of not wormed his way through to F1 because he's got the points and stuff, but in fairness, he holds more podiums than a lot of people. Yeah. Dream race for Singapore at night. Ooh, mine's Monaco because it's Monaco, but it's so expensive. I priced it up and it would cost a very hefty amount. And so we'd have Hulkenberg. Yeah, the documentaries really do Hulkenberg well because he comes across as a really nice guy. Showing Seb locking up there on the big hill. I don't know the name of it. On the big hill. Turbinado. I mean, if we judge him by masks, I mean, we talked about the Mercedes looking out. If we judge by masks, Ferrari are up there. The all red mask that covers. Beautiful. Oh, Max Verstappen is going very slow. He's lost power at all. Norris, Perez, Leclerc's gone past him now. Sainz is past. He's going so slow. Stroll's gone past. Verstappen's just pulling left. He's got no power at all. Horner is quaking in his boots. He's lost power. I think he's got it back now. So apparently, it sounds like they've asked him to change something in his setting. He's still going slow. Actually, I thought he would get his speed. He's dropped down to 17th. What's going on? We'll see here, sir. It's going down the straight, the pit straight. Yeah, just loses it. Stalls on him. He's just bump started his car. He's still going slow though. Yeah, shout outs and things. Well, what's happened there then? Has he got his? Where's it? His P20 now? Yes! Come on, George and Nicholas. I mean, Hamilton, 3 places. What? He's back in P2. Matt's just getting very frustrated. He just keeps on anti-stalling. Wow. He's still going very slow. I wouldn't be sad if you just see him pull him in and retire. Big for. Tell you what, big for Alex Albon, because now we'll be the number one. Yeah, he's coming in the pits. They'll be interested to see what they do with him. But big for Alex Albon. Because surely they'll put him as the number one main driver. Obviously, Max is the number one, but all focus will be on Albon now. We won't have to sort of drive to Max's needs. He pulls in. They're going to change tyres. He's going to put him on hard. They've put the hard tyres on. They may be changing the steering wheel. Oh, get ready for Valtteri, James. Imagine if Hamilton just gets by and just say, Valtteri, it's James. You need to move over. Valtteri is one of the most not unlucky drivers because he hasn't been able to outperform Hamilton. But for him to have everything, I mean, Lando up into P4, Checo into P5, we're going to get a good battle here. It's a power issue, but they haven't said he's retired yet. We'll have a look though. We're gonna have a banana while we go. It's probably a bit early for it, but oh. Stroll now trying to defend from Vettel and Ricciardo. Yeah, Red Bull's retiring. And then it's a power issue. I'm guessing Max is just getting out straight away. He's not even waiting for them to pull him in the pits. He's not a happy boy. I mean, he had a great qualifying. He did. Yeah, he's walking off. It's unfortunate for Max, it is, but it's F1. He'll go. It's a shame. It is a shame for him. And I mean, last year P1, this year P20. No, P20 did not finish. By the way, earlier on it was Callum Miller who won the first race, and then Felipe Drugovich who won the sprint race. So yeah, sprint race. Where did Dan Ticktum third? Dan Ticktum, great video on him. Schumacher 7th, Jack Aitken 8th, Schwartzman 4th, Delatraz. Defense F2 have got some great. Markelov is known. Jiangsu can be great. Disane, I just like his Nissan. I like his name. Mazepin, Ilott, Aitken, Schumacher, Lundegaard, Schwartzman, Ticktum, Delatraz. I've heard of all of them. Valtteri and Lewis gets to Peter. Oh shit! Here we go again. And that he's 7 seconds ahead. In fairness, he's 7. It's a great start. I think Bottas has got this. I'll be fair, as done. We'll keep this going. I mean, we've got Lando and Perez having a battle. They're probably 2 seconds behind. Stroll holding off the Ferrari. Dynamics tried to hunt him down. I mean, if there's anyone who's willing to do anything, Ricciardo. Then you see him drifting. Don't go for it. He's not close enough. Giovinazzi. I'm just trying to check other places that may have moved. Oh, Ocon just gone past Giovinazzi. I mean, 16 laps in. It's a 1 lap. Is it 1 pit or 2 pit? I think it depends on tyres. While we're on the topic of F2, I know. I mean, luckily I weren't watching it, but I remember I sat and thinking White Rose or wherever, and I went, "Oh crap!" And then have you heard about the thing? I was like, "Yeah, gee. It's the race." Unfortunately, I mean, I heard it was a major, big challenge, like big race. It could be mates with Charles, Pierre, especially. Lance is on the radio. Oh no! Lance Stroll's got an engine. Lance has got an engine problem now. Losing power, but he's driving well. He's don't have enough power to break away, but I think he's got enough power to hold him. Then if Checo finishes P5 and Lance finishes P8, it's a great show for him considering that they were being held out last year by the McLarens. I mean, we know Checo is a great driver. I think he's very loyal, and I think he's very unfortunate. He's never had a top 3 seat. His whole body, yeah, because the speed he hits. I mean, Correa was unlucky as well. He had to heavy surgery, but it's just racing. I think it's all padded. Unfortunately, you have to think, what could have you done? And problem when you just need Kimmy to be on the team radio. Kimmy's mellow. The best video is Kimmy when they're all talking about why they love F1, and he just goes, "Hey, it's a hobby for me." It's why he's one of the most true racers. Giovinazzi and Kim. Speaking of Kimmy, in a battle with Giovinazzi now. Thank you, Josh. Remember, if you enjoy the stream, don't forget to subscribe for more sport content. I mean, you can see it on the bottom. I'll reiterate, I won't talk about it all the time, but see it on the bottom. Tuesday, wrestling corner with me. You still get a bit more of me. We talk about everything wrestling. AEW, NXT, and your main WWE shows. On Wednesday, the Top Corner Football Podcast, with football making its return. We talk about all them before when we didn't have it. We think, oh, someone slow down. Oh, is it? It's Ricardo. He's into P12 now. He's stuck in third gear. He's literally, his steering wheel just says consistently 3. Renault's down into 16th. Danny Rick. Yeah, Ricardo's coming into pits with mechanical problem. What is the matter with these F1 cars? What is happening? Oh, and Vettel has just gone past Stroll. Stroll couldn't hold off for long enough. What is... Is it because they haven't been racing as much? No. Okay. I'm guessing Ricardo's gonna DNF. I mean, we saw Verstappen come in the pit and couldn't do it. Yeah. Jesus. I mean, yep, he's DNF'd. Jesus. I mean, I don't think we expect him to get a high finish, but I mean, it's going to make the race more interesting. We get a top 3 car. Well, another top 3 car dropping out. Here's the lockdown hangover. Kimi did get past Giovinazzi, but Jesus, what is going on because Hamilton does get the fastest lap now? 6.7 seconds behind. I've dropped banana on myself as well. Okay, me bin. Oh, right. What else have we got going on? Ooh. But yeah, Danny Rick, 2 engine problems now. 2 down, 18 left. I think we'll see at least. Well, Lance has already got engine problems, so that's 1. I mean, they're re-showing the overtake now. Lance just didn't have power. Seb just had it all. Easy overtake. Fortunate for Lance, but great for Seb. He moves up 3 places now. It's at P11, so yep, 3 places. Bottas, Hamilton, Albon, Norris, Perez, Leclerc, Sainz, Vettel, Stroll, Gasly, Kvyat, Magnussen, Ocon, Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, Grosjean, Russell, and Latifi. Danny Rick are retiring. Gasly's gone past Stroll now. Gasly was not. I don't think he was that close actually. Let's have a look. I'm hoping. The problem is I can't control it because Sky Sports do. So they're not. It's like the same we didn't see Sainz any last year, even though they were having some great performances. We didn't. It's one bonus. Yeah, Danny Rick there with his lovely helmet. Lovely. Him and Pierre Gasly got some of the best helmet designs. Yeah, I mean they're gonna show the Gasly overtaking now. Stroll just doesn't have enough speed, and Gasly just easily goes past him. Easily. God, it's poor. Oh, I've finished my banana. Ooh. I mean, at this rate, George Russell could get a solid 15th. Right. Ocon and Magnussen now in a battle. Magnussen's had a great start. I swear he started like. Well, he didn't get through Q3. No, he did. 17th. No, he finished 16th. So going up 4 places. I mean, he's having to defend from Ocon. I'm just going to have a look through Twitter, see if yes, the Max is definitely out. Red Bull driver returns to pits. Mechanics trying to fix the carbon overhaul. Max Verstappen disappears. Also, someone else who's in front line, it is Valtteri Bottas. 6 seconds ahead now, so he has lost a second to Hamilton. Please no. Valtteri, don't do it. Valtteri, don't. But do you think Danny Rick will beat his 5 career in a row DNF 2018? I mean, we saw last year he's not amazing starting the Renault. He picked some results after we're back on green flags. Grosjean went off, that's why. Grosjean is now in P18. Russell's in 16th. Come on, Georgie Russ. This is a chance. Bottas, yeah. Josh Edwards, Steiner from Haas. Gunter Steiner. Stroll is pitting. We will find out. Lance Stroll has retired from the race now. I mean, synthetic. 3 down, 17 to go. Hold up, Grosjean's coming in. Hold up, we may get 4 down. Grosjean is just doing a pit stop. Tyre change. Just a tyre change, we're all right. Oh, good Steiner. It's when Magnussen slams the door and goes, "They fucking slammed the door. No, we're not having that." Grosjean just does a 360. Hits the grass a little bit. I'm just going to watch your bet now. I didn't see. I was looking at chat. Seems if wall went out. Goes around the corner. Just clips a gravel. I know, Valerie, don't do it, mate. Please, for the love of God, no, please. Yeah, he's losing time. He's lost 0.5 of a second. How's Hamilton so quick? Are there any? Oh my God! I don't know if you just said Charles boxing. Renault haven't got a point from this track since 2003. Either he meant like both drivers. If not, that is a horrendous stat. Hamilton is quick. Hamilton's doing it. Lewis is 5.1 in. Oh. Ferrari came out with hards and they've just gone back in. I don't know whether they haven't cancelled the pits. I don't think. I don't know why I do that. Like, I'm hearing directly from the Ferrari garage. Yes, Matteo. Thank you. No. Leclerc catching up Perez now. Possible undercut going on. I mean, Grosjean's going to have a tough race now. We got a Mercedes thing. It was to Lewis as well. It was just because it was just telling him about Lance. How much do you think he's a bit? He's good, and he's had showings of that, especially in the Haas car, which is not the strongest. What were it? US Grand Prix 2018, where he finished top 10, like strong top 10. I don't see him being a top 3, top 5, like a Renault, McLaren, a Racing Point. Yeah, because he's a good driver. I mean, Grosjean isn't bad. He gets a very bad. He's not a bad driver. I think he's just his confidence can really affect him. Like we're watching Danny Rick now. He hasn't had a haircut. I don't think. He definitely hasn't. He's just watching his race. If you're Verstappen, Stroll, and Ricciardo, you're going to feel. I mean, Verstappen qualifying in P2. Well, sorry, qualifying in P3, but getting P2 because of Hamilton. DNF in early. Danny Rick P10. Lance Stroll P9. Lance Stroll was in. I can tell you in a sec. Lance Stroll was in. You have to see how quick you're going to scroll. P9, yeah. I thought so. Yeah, Lance Stroll and P9. I mean, we're 40 minutes into the stream, so we're around probably 25, 30 minutes into the race. We've got probably another an hour and a half, maybe. Oh, no. The Williams are already going to be lapped. Right. Yeah, because if you look on the thing, Hamilton is 3.8 seconds behind Bottas now. Wait, 3.8, I swear it was... But yeah, we are getting Ocon now trying to hunt down K-Mags. Grosjean, the great driver, has 7 career points. I know people seem to get like... I genuinely think it's a confidence issue. We saw it 2018, 2019 of... In one race, he'll have a crash or he'll spin out. And it's a chain effect for at least Ocon now hunting down, going into the first corner. Doesn't get him. We'll try hunting him down as they go up the hill. He's close. George Russell. I thought George Russell loved to Kimi Räikkönen. Ocon's gone past Magnussen. Magnussen's gone all the way off. Magnussen's gone all the way off. He's spun out. He's stopped. I think we're far out. We might have another issue here. We might get a safety car as well, which is good for Kimi, as he's just pitted. Good for Russ. Good for Charles. Actually, I don't know if Charles did pit. Because K-Mag is good, but he's about where he should be. I think he could push maybe a Renault seat. I mean, Lance Stroll is a Racing Point, and people don't think he. K-Mag just can't brake, and it's obviously not. It's probably a car issue. I think he's a Renault level K-Mag. It's all right. Mercedes going to pit now, obviously, with the safety car. Who will it be, though? Who will it be? Giovinazzi's pitting. Russell's pitting. I think it's Valtteri. They may do. I'm about to say, we're doing a double stack. I think we're doing a Mercedes double stack here. To man, good driving sarcastically, Nelson. I suck my balls, man. That was one of the best views. Mercedes pit. Bottas is out. Hamilton is in. Oh no, they both did the pits. I missed it. Red Bull come in. That'll be Alex Albon, obviously no Max Verstappen after DNF and engine issue. Yeah, K-Mag is out. Four down, 16 to go. Norris is in. Oh, there's an injury. There's an issue, but it works out. It's fine. Norris is. Oh! Perez and Lando Norris coming out. Both this. Norris is coming out, and Perez gets released early. Very early, but there may be a penalty there, but there were no contact. Perez just holds off. So yeah, with Lando Norris, I think it's the back left wheel doesn't go on properly. Luckily, they get it on, get Lando out. Carlos Sainz come in, and then because of Norris is slow, the racing partners let him go out, and then the wheel to wheel, nothing. Yeah, safety car, Chris. We're just watching it from Perez's view. Perez gets a decent pit stop, comes out, and he just holds off. He tries to go for it, and then it gives Lando away. I don't think that's a penalty, just because there's no contact. Perez doesn't try to it goes, but it doesn't. It's a mix and match. Hey, great driving, man. Suck my balls, man. Drives me when they happen in Peel and Summer. It's great to watch. Yeah, I mean, we've got 4 DNFs now. Verstappen, Ricciardo, Stroll, Magnussen. Oh, what? No, Giovanazzi's caught up to the thing. I think it can't be a P1, can it? Yeah, the back right tyre just doesn't lock on. I mean, Christian Horner is just talking now. I'll stay a bit quiet so I can hear him. Yeah, it was just what we said before. He tried to lost power, tried to bump start it, and he just had to consistently do it. Oh, there we go. Giovinazzi's been released by the safety car to catch up. Ooh. Everyone on hard, apart from one man. That's Sergio Perez, the Mexican Checo. He pitted, so he's gone into mediums. So, wow, four DNFs already. I mean, and all car issue. Magnussen's brakes, Ricciardo and Verstappen engine, and Stroll engine. Yeah, all car issues. Not even like a crash or a driver error. So yeah. Well, we're in the safety car. We're in lap 28. Bottas, Hamilton, Albon, Norris, Perez, Leclerc, Sainz, Vettel, Gasly, Kvyat, Ocon, Giovinazzi, Russell, Raikkonen, Grosjean, and Latifi. And then in P7, and then in Magnussen, Stroll, Ricciardo, and Verstappen, all DNFing, which is fine for them. Might need a drink in a second. I might run downstairs and get one. Oh, do I get one? No, we'll keep up. Fab, last me. Just re-showing K-Mag now. Yep, couldn't break. Simple. Ocon's already up against him. He goes on the inside. Ocon's got him, and Magnussen just couldn't break. Luckily, the gravel slows him down enough that he doesn't shunt into the wall, and he's all safe there. He's not on the sports corner though. We have got another watch along tonight. So let's say you're not an F1 fan, you tune in for this perfect 2 minutes. Hello, and first of all, welcome to the Sports Corner YouTube channel. But tonight, Josh is doing a watch along for the Premier League. Now, who knows what game it is? Because I forgot. It's a Premier League game, and I think it's Southampton. I will tell you in a second. It is Southampton versus Manchester City. See, this is what you call professionalism. I'm just going to move my stream because I need to quickly make a thumbnail. But yeah, I mean, they're looking at all the drivers obviously making up positions now. Only person that's not, Lando Norris. So lap cars are now overtaking the safety car, which is, I don't know who is. I mean, I didn't talk about it earlier, but obviously Red Bull lodged a complaint. I'm very close to the camera. Red Bull lodged a complaint against Mercedes about DAS, and they said no, and then they lodged out Hamilton, and they got it. What would be your all-time dream F1 partnership? I mean, if we're talking about drivers, Schumacher and Hamilton. If we're on about for yourself, it's happening for me, Ricciardo and Norris. But if we talk about all-time drivers, Schumacher, Hamilton, Senna, Alonso would be a fun one. Like, let me know in your chat. It's a good question, Chris. Let us know in the chat what would be your dream partnership. As safety car still going on because all the lap cars have to get back together. Big transfer now for Perez and Leclerc to make some positions. I mean, sorry, if you see me, I am currently looking like at the chat, not the chat, at the group chat for the podcast, which is talking about we may be getting some of the watch-alongs later on in the future. I think this stream's gone well so fast. We'll probably do this every week. You know, I enjoy that. Thank you to everyone that's come into the chat and stayed and talked. Really appreciate it. I mean, we've still got a couple of hours left. A couple of hours, an hour and a bit left. Just looking, nothing new. It'll be interesting to see what happens now because who you think Norris is at a threat now because we saw the start he got. All the cars went up. Safety car is coming in. Safety car is coming in. Big chance for Perez Leclerc to get some positions. Same with Sainz. The Renault car was overheating, so that is why they pulled in and retired. 52. It's hot there. He's a hot boy in Austria. The safety car will be coming in. Poor Valtteri Bottas. I mean, you look at the lead he had. He's lost it all. He had a 5-second lead on Hamilton. Oh, the safety car has ended. And they can overtake now. So, no position changes yet. The Vettel's car is getting very close to Perez. Vettel doesn't. Leclerc goes for it, but doesn't go for it. Grosjean already passed Nicholas Latifi. Great start for them. Great start. Let's have a look at what the chat says. Sorry. Adam Ringberg, Gourmet, Cheers, and Schumacher and Hamilton, definitely, yeah. Leclerc goes inside. Oh, spins out! Vettel spins out! And he's going to have to let all the cars go past. And it's the man who's replacing Carlos Sainz. Vettel goes inside, but he doesn't have much. Yeah, stuck his nose in. Doesn't have any space at all. It's not Carlos Sainz's fault. It's all Seb's fault. Seb now 15th. Nicholas Latifi still can't get past him. Vettel had the time to spin his car around, and we're seeing another battles. I mean, they're re-showing it now. So it's Charles Leclerc gets past Sainz. So Sainz turns in. Seb sees a gap, but there isn't enough. And God, it's just a poor decision. Pit lane, the race control said pit lane incident involving Perez and Norris has been noted. Yeah, he stuck his nose in, should have gone for it. Ruined his race. It had to be Sainz, though, didn't it? It had to. The man who next year is moving to Ferrari from McLaren. Yeah, and Vettel's just saying he's got damages. I mean, it's what we would have expected. I've loaded up something by accident. Why is my... There we go. So yeah, Perez has been... Perez now under pressure from Charles Leclerc. Perez is going to try catch up Lando. So Lando does keep his position. I think there's just one position change. That is Sebastian Vettel. And then all the drivers that were behind him has gone up. Yeah, and the Vettel signs thing has been noted. It'll be interesting because if Vettel gets penalty, it depends on the time. If it's a grid penalty, which it won't be, it wasn't a serious issue. It wasn't as serious of an issue. I'm just trying to think how come Nicholas Latifi didn't go? Yo, Williams and Neil and front, ladies and gentlemen, we have hit the point of meme. We have, oh crap, yeah. I beg, George Russell, he deserves it. He got shafted when Kubica got the points last year, when he was definitely the better driver. Perez, Norris covers the outside and covers it easily. Sainz now putting his teammate for next year, Charles Leclerc, under a bit of pressure. Perez goes on the outside, and he's done it. Norris goes back at him. Norris tries to go on the inside, doesn't have enough room. Doesn't have enough room at all. And Perez will drive away from him. Fair play. He's made it. He got the distance right. Timed it to perfection, and boom. That racing point up into 5th. Vettel signs no investigation needed. Very quick decision from the FIA, considering how slow they are sometimes. Carlos Sainz, Brazil. Simple. I mean, Bottas fastest lap, Hamilton 1 second behind him, Albon 4 seconds behind, then Perez 1 second behind Albon, Norris 6 behind Perez? Can't be. No, it's to the leader. So it was because they changed Perez's graphic. What do you think is the best car leader? The new Mercedes Black. Ooh, they're all not that different. AlphaTauri is very nice. So AlphaTauri probably number 1. I don't mind Haas and I don't mind Williams as well. Yeah, AlphaTauri, they're very nice. When the reveal got revealed, it was very lovely. He was very lovely. Which team do you think has the best car lever? You've asked it twice, but you overall. Nothing beats a classic Ferrari, doesn't it? I mean, like I said at the top of the stream, I'm not a long F1 fan. Like again, I watched it when I was younger when it was on Channel 4, but Channel 4 in England. But yeah, Bottas, Hamilton, Albon, Perez, Norris, Leclerc, Sainz, Gasly, Kvyat, Ocon, Giovinazzi, Russell, Raikkonen, Grosjean, Vettel, Latifi. Hamilton asking to use his engine. They said they're turning both cars down. Only 2 seconds behind Ocon, he can do it. You know what? Another safety car, and Russell could get it. I mean, Latifi's probably out of it, but I mean, George Russell's a kid. The kid is the same age. I think he's a couple of years older than me. But he's got so much talent that he's obviously out of that Mercedes seat. But unfortunately, as long as Lewis is at Mercedes, no one really has a shot. Just because he's the golden boy. Like in a lot of sports, like Messi at Barcelona, he's the golden boy. He's their legend. He's the main man. At Mercedes, it's Hamilton. Regardless, it's where the meme came from. Favorite planet, Prosper Center for me. I wasn't born to witness them, but videos I saw nothing beat for me. Ooh. Black and white flag. Grosjean. He's just gonna track on this. Hamilton's caught up now. 0.7. I don't know, Chris. I'll be honest. I'll tell you in a seconds. There's just stuff happening in the race. Oh no. Synthetic. You might be hearing it quicker than you think. Bottas is not quick. Oh no. Hamilton 0.5 away now. 0.6, sorry. Norris going to have to defend against Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc is just a bit faster than him, that Ferrari. I mean, Charles Leclerc having to carry Ferrari in the back now. Vettel did get past Grosjean. Grosjean did run wide. Latifi couldn't get past Grosjean. Oh, no, mind, because Grosjean and Vettel are literally right behind each other. There's 0.3 tenths separating them. I don't know. I mean, what else is that? Yeah, it's confirmed we're getting it. Valtteri's James, let's go. Right. It's another question. Is Valtteri the most unlucky driver in terms of partnership? Because he got the move from Williams, yet he is just been stuck in Hamilton's shadow since he arrived. Like, and Valtteri's struggling with his tyres. We may get it. We may get it. Hamilton setting the fastest lap. I mean, not many position changes now. The grid's really separating back up. George Russell is just a second behind Giovinazzi and 1.5 seconds behind Esteban Ocon. It's been interesting here. We're not hearing anything. It's just we're getting an on board. I think we should. Yeah, Charles. Charles currently in a McLaren sandwich. I'm just trying. The thing is, when streaming, like I'm having to listen out for if what's happening in terms of like who's moving, what position, like what stuff's happening in terms of comms. Vettel now broken away from Grosjean, catching Kimi Räikkönen. I mean, Vettel's still got a great chance of getting podium position, points exactly. It's a bit of a dead part now in the race, isn't it? I mean, we say Latifi gone up 4 positions. He's made the most of it if you think about it. He's made the most. He's made 4 positions. Giovinazzi up 7. You said at the start of the race. One of the better that you think Giovinazzi can have a good race. He's gone up the most. He has gone up the most so far. Starting in P18, sitting in P11, can get points here. Esteban Ocon in P10. We should get a battle between them soon. You think of it, Merc 1, 2, 3 with Checo. I don't know what's the gap. There's 2 seconds between Albon and Perez. Well, if Bottas and Hamilton have got P1 and P2, unless an engine problem happens. Perez could have engine issues. Lance has had. Obviously, it's 2 different cars, but it's the same manufacturing stuff. I'm going to go for Albon at 3rd just because it is comfortable. He's 2 seconds ahead. I don't know. That's strange saying comfortable, but going to get about now. It's the AlphaTauri, Renault, and the thing, and then the Williams, then the other Alfa Romeo, and then Seb and Roman Grosjean and Nicholas Latifi is a praise shout for Mercedes after Bottas. He should get it. I think he deserves to get it, but it's going to George Russell surely. His name's always in the ring when they talk about it. He's normally the main man, and unfortunately, Perez is probably comfortable at Racing Point. But again, Perez brings in a very. If you do go with Hamilton and Russell, it's 2 British drivers, and as like thing B, sometimes it probably helps having 2 different things. It's 2 different nationalities, 2 different audience to go to your team. Check, I think people like with certain drivers, like, well, it's strange they've gone for him, but like because if you look at his results and stuff, but Perez's results have shown that he's a consistent driver who just needs a better car. I was looking now. Hamilton is just trying to catch up Bottas. Nothing much happening there. Sorry, lads. I mean, Kvyat's gone the fastest so far. Then it's Hamilton. It's Giovinazzi in the speed trap. Points of useless information, which are always fun. We'll just keep on going now. Hamilton sets another fastest lap. That Mercedes, that Merc is nice with the blue wing. Hamilton is catching up here with DRS. Bottas is in definitely threat of losing his thing. They go up the hill. Norris is on team radio. Plan A, maximum pace. Trying to catch up Sergio Perez. So big decision here from McLaren. Trying to catch up Sergio Perez, trying to get that 4th position. I think even a 5th position for Lando is a great showing. Because I'm just trying to listen out. We'll leave the Mercs take out each other and Albon win. It's a shout. I mean, both are going to be close. Bottas, we normally see Bottas being a bitch. I'll say it politely. In terms of not being a bitch, he's doing his team. There just is 30 laps left. Bottas will just give away the position to Hamilton for points. But it's the first race of the season. Like, I think they're going to let them race because if Bottas gets first, you favour Bottas. Just guarantee that you've got top position. I think first 2 races will decide because if Bottas finishes this race P1, and then in the next race Hamilton qualifies P1 and finishes it, that is when that 3rd race is going to be where they decide, okay, do we go Hamilton, do we go Bottas, Hamilton or Bottas? Toto Wolff's mask is incredible. If you haven't seen it, it's just a face visor. Hamilton trying 6/10 behind Bottas. Very close. Very close. Albon's 7 seconds behind Bottas now. Perez 10, Norris 13. That's top 5. Perez 3 seconds behind Albon. Norris 3 seconds behind Perez. Mercedes sensor issues on both cars, which is it's going to be fun. Imagine Hamilton goes on the inside, Bottas covers, both spin. Albon, Perez, Norris all passed. Tell you, that'd be a great I mean, the podiums are strange. I don't know if you've seen the F3 podium. It's just like a normal podium. They just wear the face mask. I was expecting something a bit different because that's what they said. The podiums won't be the same, but obviously there's no fans and there's no team members, but it's all the same. I know they all get tested. I know in the EFL football championships, every person got tested. There was 0 positive results. I'm pretty confident they got tested in this, so it'll be interesting to see. Because if there is 0, it means we will get more races, guaranteed. Because if they're all the teams are with each other, but if there's at least 1 positive test, it's going to throw it all into disarray. Hamilton now still hunting Bottas, but just can't catch up. I mean, if you're Hamilton, you just got to hope for a Valtteri Bottas issue. My camera's bouncing. Stop. Good boy. Hamilton's got DRS now. Team radio of Hamilton. It's just telling them they've got sensor issues. So just tell them to stay off. Oh, Hamilton is a professional shithouse in a way of so. I don't know if you can hear. They go to Hamilton. Just try to stay off the curves, please. Went, yeah, I am. He went, yep, that's fine. Just keep doing what you're doing. He's on curves more than me. It's like when your mum says, you can only have 1 biscuit, but then you realise that your cousin or something. Well, he's got 2 biscuits. That's unfair. I mean, Hamilton, 0.8 seconds behind. It's going to be a close finish for sure. If you're Alex Albon, you're just got to be hoping that these 2 have a collision. These 2 they've got a decent partnership. In terms of Hamilton and Rosberg didn't have the best one because they were both so aggressive for that thing. But Bottas and Hamilton, it seems very cordial. Hamilton now trying to catch up, but he's not putting that much pressure on. Should probably retweet this and share it on my socials. We'll do it quickly now while nothing's happening. I mean, let us know what you think your top 3 is going to be now. Also, we've got Max Stroll, Ricciardo, and sorry, it was just saying. Hi guys, enjoy the race. I'm off. I know. Bye, Synthetic. I forgot it's probably 1 a.m. And you, but thank you for joining in. Tune in next week. We'll do another. We'll definitely do another one of this. Thank you, everything, and yeah, thank you very much. Sorry, guys, I'm not fully with you. I will be 2 seconds. I'm just going to share this on all my socials, because we want to get some more viewers, don't we? But the team radio, but 1 second now the gap between Bottas and Hamilton, but they've got now a 10-second gap on Albon. So having a cheeky bit of a battle, Yeah. Watching the Austrian GP live. Come watch. There we go. Then we'll just do hashtag F1 and then hashtag Austrian Grand Prix, Austrian GP. There we go. We'll tweet that out live. Boom. Nothing really happening in the middle of the pack. George Russell did get overtaken by Kimi Raikkonen, so unfortunately, I think the Williams dream is off. Christian Horner's trending on Twitter for some reason. Let's find out why. So is Lando. The stewards, when they see Christian Horner, turn up to their office for the 15th time. Oh. Oh. Both cars have got a critical gearbox issue. We did hear Valtteri James. My pants did get a bit scared. Lando is trending. For no other reason than he's on P. We were on P. Starting P3. Showing James Dowles there, the head engineer of Mercedes. It's the one problem we're doing. I was worried about doing these watch alongs because you're gonna get your starting opening lap. Oh no. Valtteri's in worse shape than Hamilton's. They're both having problems, which is good for other cars, but Valtteri's in worse shape. Yeah, when I did the stream, I was worried because there are going to be a lot of dead points. But thank you to everyone that's tuned in. If you're an adverts, we have the Sports Corner. It's not just we're going to try to do as many watch-alongs as we can in the future, and not just football. So obviously we're doing F1. We'll get some UFCs when we're all back together. Probably in September. This is getting good. I know Albon's got a big chance now. Perez is catching up to Albon. Yes, getting good. Go Albon for sure. But yeah, we may do some WWE watch-alongs, F1 again. I think I'll do this every time there's a race now because it's fun to watch it with people, isn't it? Because none of my other mates are sports fans or F1 fans, at least if they like sports. I mean, Mercedes are having terrible issues, but Albon's still 11 seconds behind. It's mental. I mean, I have a drink of a bit thirsty. I mean, 48 laps in, probably. We're halfway through. No, close-ish. 30. I mean, it would be 30, 35 and a half laps. So Lewis is still wanting to push Hamilton, and so he's driving a bit more, not dangerously, but obviously with all the issues. Sebastian Vettel stuck in not stuck in 14th, but Seb now stay off the curb. They're just not. They're not staying off the curbs, are they? I mean, Valtteri is because he's in P1, but Lewis really wanted to get that first. Sebastian Vettel now trying to catch up to George Russell. I think he's going to get him within a couple of laps. This is probably one of the worst tracks in terms of for having to stay off the curves, but yep. Albon 11 seconds behind though. Perez 2 seconds behind Albon. Norris 4. Leclerc 3 seconds behind Norris. Leclerc at one point looked like catching Norris up, and Norris, Esteban Ocon and Daniel Kvyat now having a battle. Ocon will go for it. Goes on the outside. Kvyat covers very well, and he can't go back for him. Great defense by Kvyat there to maintain his 9th position. AlphaTauri's 9th and 8th, great finish. I mean, if we look in terms of team performance, Mercedes 1st and 2nd, Red Bull 3rd and DNF. Poor for one of the Red Bulls, great for the other. I don't think Albon's got a podium yet, has he? Because he didn't get it in Brazil, so this may be his first podium. Racing points, again, Perez 4th would be a great finish for him. Stroll, DNF. Grosjean's come off again. He's gone to the escape road again. Grosjean's got a severe problem this race. I think that's his 2nd time coming off, like with no one near him. He's just using the outside road. So maybe the last year we see Haas Sadler. I mean, I'm guessing, Chris, you're American because of the name. But I suppose for Americans it is... they're saying that the Grosjean might run out of brakes again, which, if you're Haas, that's a big issue. Yeah, it could be the last time we see him. And it's sad because it's a big American team. It brings an American audience. But they haven't... Yeah, Grosjean's... Oh, no, it's George Russell, sorry. Who was George Russell? Russell's going incredibly slow. He's on team radio. He's lost his power. And I tell you what, George Russell may have just helped Nicholas Latifi here. George Russell has completely lost power. And instead of going off to an off-road or going through the gravel and bumping himself, just pulls to the side of the track where we're going to have to see a safety car. Yep, Grosjean retires. So we've got 2 retires in the same lap. So Grosjean comes in. I tell you what, Bottas and Hamilton, we could see a big change. Obviously, Bottas and Hamilton both having gear. I need to remember to look at the camera. Bottas and Hamilton having both gearbox issues. So Grosjean just coasts. It just can't brake. And then George Russell goes around the hill, takes it, and then just doesn't get the power. He loses it anyway. And so 2 retirements. Alex Albon, the first to pit, same. Charles Leclerc's in. Lando Norris is in. Sainz gone up to 5th. He'll probably come in next lap. They didn't do a double stack this time. So yeah, so Russell retiring, Grosjean retiring. So 14 races left. Nicholas Latifi, obviously, Ocon's overtook Giovinazzi. So Albon, Norris, Leclerc, Kvyat, Raikkonen, Vettel all pitting. So I'm just trying to figure this out. The Mercs have not pitted. So both Ferraris have pitted. One of the McLarens has pitted. Gasly, I think, has pitted. No, Kvyat's pitted. Raikkonen's pitted. Latifi's pitting. He might as well. He might. You know what, Nicholas Latifi, give it your best shot, lad. It'll be interesting if the Mercedes... Oh, the Mercedes not pitting means Albon has got a great chance. He's on softs. He's got 20-ish laps, 18 laps left, 16. He'll be on soft. Carlos Sainz does come in to pit. So great opportunity now for Alex Albon and Lando Norris. Sainz comes out the pit stops. He's overtook by Norris. He's overtook by Leclerc. He's overtook by Gasly, but Gasly is on weaker tyres. Gasly did not pit. Ocon and Giovinazzi don't have to worry about no pitting there. So Ocon does go past him, but Sainz should confidently go past Ocon and Gasly just because of the fresh tyres. I keep on moving close because I'm seeing that. So McLaren didn't double stack. Norris comes in. Oh, Christian Horner's talking. I mean, Sergio Perez not pitting, sitting in P3, but Alex Albon right behind him on fresh softs. I mean, they've shown a bunch of Austrian fans now who are in the mountain on a tractor, getting a great view of the thing. I think we saw it yesterday in quali with a couple of them. I mean, if you can't be in the actual stands, watch it from a distance. Well, imagine living, if those are houses, imagine living at the Austrian Grand Prix track. What's it called? It starts with an S. I can tell you that. It starts with an S. So, I mean, with the safety car, it's Latifi in 14th, Vettel 13th, Raikkonen in 12th, Kvyat in 11th, Giovinazzi 10th, Sainz 9th, Ocon 8th, Gasly 7th, Leclerc 6th, Norris 5th, Albon 4th, Perez 3rd, Hamilton 2nd, and Valtteri Bottas in P1. But it is a safety car. I'm guessing we'll see the safety car coming now in this lap. Lap 54. So we expect I probably will see racing lap 55. So the top three not pitting for tyres, not pitting at all. So Bottas, Hamilton are on hards. I think Perez was on mediums when he pitted. Then Albon, Norris, Leclerc all pitting. Gasly, Ocon not pitting. Sainz pitting. Giovinazzi not. Kvyat pitting. Raikkonen pitting. Vettel pitting. Latifi all pitting. So if Latifi, you know what? If Latifi can get a good what's it called? Start and sort of use Vettel to push his way up through the track. All he has to do is get up to Kvyat. I thought that would bits on the track coming off of the Mercedes, and it wasn't. Hazard is now clear. Racing will resume. So 6 DNFs. Synthetic left at completely the wrong time. He missed all of it. But yeah, so Verstappen, Ricciardo, Stroll, Magnussen, Grosjean, and Georgie Russell all pitting. Not all pitting, all DNFing. God, if they're all pitting. Hamilton just sat behind Bottas waiting. He was biting. And they can race. Bottas gets a great start. Hamilton's away. And Albon's already catching up Perez with that soft tyres. It's going to be tough for Norris and Leclerc here because Alex Albon is going to be very high up. Raikkonen's lost 2 positions, like I said, with Latifi and Vettel. Latifi using Vettel for the position. So Raikkonen 14th, Latifi 13th, and Vettel 12th. Albon on the inside. Perez looks up. Albon on the inside. There's another safety car. And it's Kimi Raikkonen, and Raikkonen crashes as well. So we saw Raikkonen. I mean, this is hectic now. Back to being every finish right because this safety car 5 laps, 6 laps. That's a good 10 solid laps of pure racing. So yeah, wow, 7. Yeah, Raikkonen loses a tyre. I mean, we'll wait until Sky shows us the actual incident. But yeah, so Vettel's hunting down Raikkonen. Raikkonen hits the curb. Wheel. Wow. Okay, so Raikkonen hit a curb and his white wheel just popped off spinning. But how's he gone into the wall? Oh, that tyre goes absolutely pink. He still can come. Then Kimi loses it. So that's just triggered a tyre, but Kimi, yeah, his tyre just comes off, pops off. Kimi tries to turn, he runs wide, and then he tries to get back on the track. I think so what he does is he's trying to go back on the track, and then he obviously can't turn or anything, and he just hits the side of the wall. Oh, this could be interesting. So Albon overtakes Perez. There's lots going on. Albon overtakes Perez. Kimi walking off there. Poor Kimi Räikkönen doesn't deserve that. Well, he's not like he's had a thingy. I see thingy, but yeah. So Albon overtakes Checo Perez, and then Albon's ahead of him. He sees the safety car, slows down, and then Perez. So yeah, safety car. They're going to have to collect the tyre for sure. So they'll have to collect the tyre, and they'll have to actually remove him from the track as well. So I expect to see at least. This is going to be a great finish, actually. I mean, if we have a look, so as it stands now, Bottas, Hamilton, Perez, top 3. Ooh, if 7 retirement. I mean, it should be interesting to see now. Are the Mercedes going to pit? It's probably a stupid decision to do. Yeah, poor Kimi's tyre pops off and Vettel gets all the sparks, but he does get past him, so does Latifi. But yeah, so the top 3 is both Mercs with Bottas, Hamilton, and then Perez. So Merc 1, 2, 3. Then P4 is Alex Albon. P5 is Lando Norris. P6 is Charles Leclerc. I'm trying to remember because they're not showing it. P7 Pierre Gasly. P8 Esteban Ocon. P9 Sainz. P10 Kvyat. P11. They're not showing it, so I'll just have to keep on guessing. Sorry if I'm looking at my phone. I'm trying to load up some information. Oh yeah, so people are pitting, and it look. Whoa, Giovinazzi, Latifi, and Vettel all pitting again. I mean, you're at the bottom of the thing. Why not? Why not do it? I mean, we're just gonna take a quick picture. That's myself. That is myself. Flip the camera. Why is it flipped? Say, I'm not good with technology. This is my only way. Boom, there we go. Watching the Austrian. Sorry, guys, not much happening. It's just safety car. No pitting specifically. So they're just showing the tries now. Max Verstappen on lap 14 it loses power, tries to bump start his car, and he just can't keep it going. So it just does completely lose it. So yeah, Verstappen the first time. So I'm just putting that on Instagram for everyone to see. There we go. My bad. So then we had Danny Rick again. A lot of car problems. Then it was Lance Stroll. 7 laps later, from Max Verstappen. So it was Verstappen, Ricciardo, Stroll coming straight into the pits. I mean, he could drive. It's not like he didn't have to stop. He could drive straight in. He was just Edge was so slow. Then 5 laps later, Kevin Magnussen brakes just stop working. Brakes were runs off into the gravel. Then we had. I'm trying to remember. And then I think we have Grosjean. Chris Wells, thank you. You've got the full list up. I appreciate it very much. You did appear, but I got distracted. All right, I got distracted. But yeah, so Bottas, Hamilton, Perez, Albon, Norris, Leclerc, Gasly, Sainz, Ocon, Kvyat, Vettel, Latifi, Giovinazzi, 7 DNF, 7. I mean, you want a good race opener, don't you? That's what you said, Chris. You want a race opener? Boom, you got it. It was like the first lap after safety car. A brand new, another one for Danny Kvyat. Kvyat. No, Giovinazzi. It was Giovinazzi. I've done it again. Someone help. It's Raikkonen. It is Raikkonen. I promise you. I promise you, it's Raikkonen. It's poo with that, isn't it? Shocking. I'm trying to be professional here. I'm I mean, the Mercedes, if you don't know, Mercedes had gearbox issues, critical, but they held the positions thing. So, um, oh, so we're getting an interview with Max here. Sorry, I'm trying to listen out for Max. Yeah, he went into anti-stall. He tried to bump start. He did, but he just couldn't gain the power, and eventually had to come in. He rang with him. He rang with it. You normally when cars come in, the drivers wait in the car in the garage, but he hops straight out. Chris, if you're here, have you ever been to the US Grand Prix? Because I was looking at that in Canada because I wanted to do a trip over there just after when I turned 21, so I can have a couple of bevies. But yeah, and if you are listening and trying, you haven't commented, tell me any race you'd want to be to. Tell me if it's a good experience or not. But yeah, I want to go to the American and Canada one because I'll probably do it as a trip and go to one of them. Probably. It depends when the time is. Perez on the radio. Something. So Albon's retook his position over Perez. So he's overtook him on the safety car. Singapore is a lovely track. Like Monaco's up there just because it's Monaco legendary and it's a beautiful place. It's expensive though. Singapore is an amazing, especially under them night lights. Abu Dhabi does look nice. Like as crap it is for a final race, it is a nice track. Safety car still out, but it looks like the safety car probably coming in this lap. I mean, big opportunity for Albon again. We saw that he had it before and he couldn't do it, but maybe this is his opportunity. So yeah, so we're just seeing the overtakes. Perez locks up. Yeah, so Red Bull do tell Alex Albon to retake the position. We could see a Lando Norris podium just because of no. We may because we could see a Checo podium because if the FIA deem that what Red Bull have done is incorrect and they've told Albon to take it, Albon get one for moving in position. Perez could get it for moving in, overtaking. They both could get penalties for overtaking while there's a safety car because they both did it. But it was sort of Perez's was a bit more lenient, but so was Albon. So safety car is coming in this lap. 10 laps left of the race. 11. It's time for Alex Albon now to really step it up. Safety car going in like 20 seconds, 10 seconds maybe. We should get racing. Giovinazzi 13th, Latifi 12th, Vettel 11th, Kvyat 10th, Sainz 9th, Ocon 8th, Gasly 7th, Leclerc 6th, Norris 5th, Perez 4th, Albon 3rd, Hamilton 2nd, and Bottas 3rd. First. Here we go. And they are underway. Underway. Alex Albon right behind Lewis Hamilton now. And Albon now, perfect chance. He's on fresher tyres than Hamilton. No overtakes as of yet. 7 DNFs. So, I mean, we joked about having, I think Synthetic at the start went 4 down, like 3 down, 17 to go. Well, 7 down, 13 to go. Albon now slips straight, getting Hamilton slipping, goes on the outside. Hamilton defends. Perez is defending from Lando Norris. Charles Leclerc just can't catch up to. Albon's got the soft tyres against Hamilton. He'll go up against him again. I see Chris saying no, so you're probably a little bit ahead of me. Albon on the outside. Oh no, it's Brazil. It's Brazil. It's Brazil again. Pooh, Alex Albon. So Lewis, I've got some. So Lewis Hamilton goes on the inside, Albon on the outside. And I think Alex, the same commentator saying, Alex just wanted the position, and I think normally we like Brazil. We knew it was Hamilton's. We thought it was Hamilton's fault. That's Alex Albon's fault. I mean, Alex Albon now is going to have to try get some points. Sebastian Vettel in 10th now, getting some points. We're expecting to go further up. So we're just seeing it now. So Hamilton goes to cover the inside. Albon goes on the outside. Hamilton takes the inside line. Oh! Albon was just a smidge in front. Hold up. So Albon's ahead. And Hamilton goes into Albon again. I feel like he does go into him then. We might get another Brazil where a McLaren makes a podium because of a penalty points deduction. The Red Bulls, you see from the Red Bull garage, happy and then all to despair again. It's been noted. So now it's all to will they make a quick decision for the podium? Yeah, racing incident. I thought Albon was. Ooh. Hamilton maybe a lot slower. He does need an investigation for sure. It's definitely a racing incident for sure, but it should be investigated because Hamilton doesn't leave enough room. It seems like he's driving and he veers left a bit to sort of cover it, but it pushes him off track. So Albon's trying not to go off track, comes into him. I mean, Carlos Sainz making up 2 positions here. He overtakes. I'm guessing that's Gasly. Carlos Sainz finally getting on the stream. But yeah, let me have another drink. So I'll talk of this long, isn't it? So it is under investigation, Chris. Hamilton's radio. DRS has been enabled, and there's still a gearbox issue. And so obviously the Albon Hamilton is that turn 4 incident. So Sergio Perez behind him, and can catch him. Lando behind Perez, and Charles Leclerc. Then Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz just set the fastest lap of the race. Could be good for him. We're getting a great battle here in 4th, 5th, 6th, and 3rd. Sorry, I forgot about Perez. Man, Hamilton's still got a bit of a lead. Norris, ooh. Norris goes for it, and Leclerc sees behind. None of them makes a position, but very close indeed. Charles Leclerc. Oh, Leclerc makes it past Norris. Albon has overtook Nicholas Latifi. Same old Williams. Let's have a look. Yeah, so that was Norris. Norris started 3rd, dropped 2 positions. I think he'll be happy with that. Carlos Sainz pieces. We're going to get a McLaren battle now. This is where they've got to be careful. Big chance now for Giovinazzi's overtook Vettel. I'm pretty confident. Yeah, Giovinazzi now sitting in P10. Vettel and him extremely close. Charles Leclerc now has just set the fastest lap. It will be coming after Sergio Perez. Obviously, last year, not robbed of his podium P1, but he came 2nd. He will come after Sergio Perez now. It's the worst thing when we say Leclerc versus Checo. Come on, Checo. As much as I like Charles, yeah, Albon was ahead. I think he was. As much as I like Charles, Checo, for me, always deserves it better. Vettel goes up to P9, Kvyat down to 10. Giovinazzi to 11th. Never mind, he goes back again. Kvyat and Giovinazzi both overtaking him. I'm guessing that's an issue with the actual thing. Oof, I am peckish now. The surprise on the banana didn't help. Same with the chicken satay. Don't even know what they were. Well, what make? Sainsbury's, possibly? Sainsbury's counter, by the way. Oh, I think Alex Albon is catching up. No, he's not. I thought he was catching up Sebastian Vettel. He was not. Charles Leclerc now hunting. Giovinazzi could be getting 10th here. Can Giovinazzi do it? But the big battle right now is Leclerc versus Sergio Perez. Leclerc 4/10 of a second behind. We'll go for him now on the hill, turn 4. He goes for him on the inside, and he gets it. It was very late from Charles. There's a time penalty for someone. Lewis Hamilton's been given 5 seconds. for the incident. Hamilton, Perez could still get a podium now. Another lockup from the McLarens as Sainz and Norris now. Sainz on the inside. The two teammates who won't be with each other next season, they're wheel to wheel. Norris has got it on the inside. And Sainz goes wide and Norris gives it. But Lewis Hamilton now. 5. That was a great move from... didn't Albon versus Hamilton happen? Yeah, practically same. But a lot later, I think there was 3 laps left. Albon on the inside. Same, Hamilton. Hamilton admitted that it was wrong, though. But after the race, they made the decision. At least the decision has been made this race. Yeah, what a move. Correct. Brakes so late. Perez was never going to be able to defend now. But this is big. If Lando Norris or Carlos Sainz even can get past Sergio Perez, that's a podium for McLaren. So I think if my Now TV, there we go. If it stays as it is, Hamilton would drop down. Sergio Perez would get 3rd. But if you have Perez, Carlos Sainz now going for Lando Norris on the outside. Norris defends well. 4 laps left of this race. All the drivers are close, but if you're at Racing Point now, or even Charles, you just need to... Kvyat has gone up to 10th. Giovinazzi into 9th. Vettel dropping down to 11th. We're getting a great... It's a shame we don't see... shame that Albon's overtaking Vettel now. It's a shame we don't get, I think, the F1 streams do it that we can't get in the UK, but I think a lot of other countries can. They have, different screens. So, on one screen you will see... Not screens, but you'll have the commentators, but you'll have a rectangle box that... Hold up, let me move this just so I can see the screen. So you'll have a rectangle box there, and then one there, and one will be showing what's going on up the front, and then this one will be showing a big battle at the back. So it'll be showing the Vettel move or the Vettel losing the place. I mean, we'll talk. I don't think it's unfair, the 5 seconds. I really don't. Yeah, if you haven't seen it though, Hamilton takes the inside line, Albon outside. Albon's nearly fully ahead. He is. Hamilton says Perez has been given a 5-second penalty for something, for speeding in the pit lane. As we're just seeing Kvyat. It's great racing. The aero view definitely shows Hamilton is and I think 5 seconds is fair. But Sergio Perez getting a 5-second penalty now. Lando Norris needs to make 0.4 tenths of a second, and he has got the podium. This is big for Lando Norris. If McLaren need to make the decision, I think the commentator is just saying it. I mean, I might be seeing something great in a second. You say Lando's so close, he can do this, but Alex Albon, after being spun out by Lewis Hamilton, then it's his engine. It's the Red Bull engine. Oh, Norris! It goes to Perez. Norris is in 4th, but wheel to wheel, both drivers are fine. There was connection, but Perez will go for it again. Vettel does get him turned for Kvyat, but poor Alex Albon. We're going to have 8 DNFs now, but Alex Albon, man. Tell you what, if Charles Leclerc gets a 5-second penalty here, we need Hamilton to probably slow down. Oh, it's so close. Come on, Lando. Come on. I mean, wheel touching forces Perez out. Norris on the radio saying he turned in on me. We're going to watch it from here. Norris has got the corner, yet Perez doesn't use his mirrors. I don't know. I feel like it's fair enough. It's a racing incident, and we see Vettel just overtaking Kvyat. But poor Alex Albon, he does actually recover well. He gets into P10, and then his engine just gives way. Poor Alex Albon, but Lando Norris has got the chance now. He's so far. There's another. Kvyat's out the race. The race is going to end on a safety car. His rear wheel has come off. Oh no, it's green flag. We couldn't still get... I mean, we'll talk about Kvyat in a second. This is big. Hamilton still may get 3rd. Lando needs to get a thing. If you're McLaren, do you do a switch and give Lando the speed on the straight? Nicholas Latifi, he's 1 point off Sebastian Vettel. 1 place of P10. Kvyat's wheel just comes off. It looks like it's off debris. Whoa, my God, we've got 9 DNFs now. This is, this race is as mental as Hockenheim. And Hockenheim was wet. We could only have a top 10, you are correct. I mean, we've got 1 lap left. I don't see anything really changing. It's all about speed. If Lando Norris puts in a speedy lap and Hamilton messes up a little bit, we could see it. This is... Ooh, I mean, Sainz has overtook Perez as well. It'll be interesting to see now because I know it's mental. This Hockenheim was a wet race. If you haven't seen Hockenheim from last year, mental race. Everyone spinning out, everyone crashing. But we've had 9 DNFs this race so far. It's where Robert Kubica got his first points. The Williams only points. Lando Norris has just hit a purple sector 2. It's the Valtteri Bottas wins. Hamilton goes over. Leclerc goes. It's all to do with Norris. Does Norris go? Norris hits the fastest lap. I don't know if my audio was. I do apologise. Norris was 2 points. He's done it! Get in there! Lando Norris, get in the podium. The McLaren garage is going absolutely mental. And you know what? Fair play, Lando Norris. He stepped up when he had to. The final lap, he hits the fastest lap. And Lewis Hamilton drops down to 4th. I'll recap it after, but fair play to Lando Norris. What an incredible last lap for him. Valtteri Bottas, he gets P, what, fastest lap, you're correct. Valtteri Bottas, ecstatic with himself, but, we'll talk about, this is how the race finishes. Zach Brown, so happy. If you're McLaren, you've got to think, what incredible for both McLaren. Fastest lap for Lando, look at him. It's good to see Lando could be a big F1 star not just in terms of driving, in terms of social media. He has got such a large following, but it's also not from driving. Over the youth lockdown and coronavirus, he's been streaming, playing Call of Duty Warzone and many other games. He's streamed with Courage JD, who is an American YouTuber, former Call of Duty caster. You'll see I'll read your comment in a second. He streamed with Vicstar, big English YouTuber. It's part of the Sidemen, one of the biggest YouTube English channels, even in the thing. He has got such a following. And Lando Norris's radio is just bleeped. He's done it. We'll read the comments. What a race start to season. Change of the guard in F1. Norris, Albon, Max, and Leclerc. And you know what? I'm going to put George Russell in there because he just needs a good car. Because McLaren, great car this year and last year. Zach Brown, look at him. Alex Albon, he won driver of the day. It's a very close. But Albon, very unlucky this race. Who else got? Max, unlucky. But Max, we know he's an incredible driver. What's this? We're seeing a big camera of people celebrating. I know Charles is a future. Max and Charles, future World Championships guaranteed. And Albon Norris is there, and Russell if he gets a good car. Oh, we're hearing the thing. Look at that. He's hit the 3rd place. He's happy. He doesn't care. When the actual race load up, but thank you everyone joining me today. We're not done yet. We'll do a lot of reviewing. Valtteri Bottas qualified in P1, finishes in P1. And tell you what, Valtteri loves a good opening race of the season, doesn't he? He absolutely loves it. But yeah, Valtteri Bottas sitting in P1 pretty. You can tell he's been P2. Charles Leclerc started in 7th. It is a great drive. And look at Lando. He's going up, him and Zach Brown. You could tell that you could tell what it means. Ferrari needed this. Ferrari really needed this, especially after Vettel's qualifying, but yeah, in P3, Lando Norris, a kid. He is a kid. He's the same age as me. I'm pretty confident. He's a year older. He did it. He proved that he's he's one of the next talents. When he had to the final lap, he had to hit a fastest lap to guarantee, and he does it. Hits you see the purple sector pop up. You see the thing next week should be great fun. Yeah, you see the second purple sector pop up, and then boom, and Lando Norris getting P3. What a result! I mean, Valtteri Bottas, incredible drive. Nervy times for him, especially when you hear the gearbox issues as well. Both Mercs. Then Alex Albon gets on fresher tyres, goes round on the outside. He's ahead of Hamilton. It's practically a repeat from Brazil. And Hamilton just sort of turns a little bit in on him. And Hamilton, 5 seconds. Sorry, guys. Hamilton, 5 second points. 5 second deduction. That shuts him down. That you just keep your eyes on that clock, on that timing charts. Lando Norris, I think he has 3 laps. Doesn't do it in these first 2. And then he gets past Checo Perez. Bit of bunt shunting, but nothing that's bad. It's a racing, isn't it? We're getting an interview with Jenson Button now. Sorry, I'm just listening to the interview at a point. Jenson Button interviewing the winner, Valtteri Bottas. But Lando Norris hits the second purple sector, hits the purple second sector, and then it goes over the line. It doesn't pop up immediately. You see fast lap, is that enough? And then you see the change in points. Valtteri Bottas just talking about his race there, saying how tough. I mean, how many safety cars? I think we've got 9. You know what? Obviously, it's a very easy point for race for Nicholas Latifi, but for him to finish 11th in his debut race is great. Like, regardless of the thing, he consistently drove. George Russell, unlucky. Have they tweeted out the? I'm just worried that there's thing because they haven't brought up the actual finish thing. I'm just going to go on the F1 app. Yeah, all right, okay. So Bottas P1, Leclerc P2, Norris P3. We talked about Hamilton P4. Did get the 5 points deduction for the sort of the shunt against Alex Albon. Again, if Albon wasn't so far ahead, but it was so far ahead that it's there. If you're Hamilton, you're going to feel things. He drove great. He drove great under the gearbox issues, but can do it. Shows why he's the world's best. Carlos Sainz in 5th. Again, a man who we dropped quite far down after safety cars and pits and everything. Fought great. He could have probably been in this Lando Norris situation, but Lando got the better in that based on Lando. I think McLaren probably made the executive say, give Lando the space you can get. Sergio Perez. Perez, very unfortunate, was sitting in P3 after sitting in P4 after Albon made contact. Charles Robinson P3, and then Lando takes one on the inside, bit of shunt, nothing at racing incident. Finish P6. I think if you're Perez, you've got to feel happy. He's still P6 position. In P7, Pierre Gasly, you didn't really see much of him, but so he's got into the great position. Esteban Ocon, quite a horrid qualifying, to be honest. I think was it 14th to finish, goes up 6 places, finish 8th. Antonio Giovinazzi, what's he called? Tennis. Basically, synthetic. Sorry, I forgot his second name. Synthetic. Basically, Giovinazzi's going to get the most points. I laughed at him. Giovinazzi qualified in 18th. He made up 9 positions. I'm guessing that's the most, possibly. Sebastian Vettel P10. I mean, we thought it was all over after spinning out and all the contact and stuff, and then he recovery drives for P10. He would have probably not got it because Alex Albon had him. And it was Kvyat, Albon, and Vettel. And then Albon gets past. Albon's sitting in P9 or something. He's sitting somewhere. And then Kvyat's wheel, Albon retires with parachute. Kvyat's back wheel, I think we forget, Kvyat's back wheel popped off. Vettel sits into that P9, and Nicholas Latifi, the final driver that was left. Debut race, P11. Regardless of what's happened, Jenson Button trying to find Lando Norris. I mean, it's an incredible drive from Lando. And then the DNF. So first of all, we had Danny Kvyat. 5 laps from finish, his back wheel pops off. We get a We don't get a safety car because he drives off. It was the final 2 laps. Lando wouldn't have a chance. Kvyat back wheel goes off, but he pulls away enough. Alex Albon, again, power issue for both Red Bulls, and he has to pull off. He was sitting for a P10 after the incident with Lewis. If you're Alex Albon, you've got to feel so bad. It happened in Brazil. It happened here. Lando, just shocked. So, Kimi Räikkönen P14. Again, another issue is front right wheel just spins off and then pings, goes across. That caused the safety car, which bunched the pack up. George Russell, issue. I think it was power issue or gearbox issue, maybe. Unlucky for George Russell. Then Grosjean and Magnussen for the Haas, both brake issues. Magnussen never paid, but Grosjean and Magnussen, both brake issues. Couldn't brake. Both, I think, into turn 4 as well. Just go straight up off the hill. Luckily, it slows him down, and unfortunately for the Haas, they'll have to go back to the garage for that. The only team that get a double non-finish. P18 Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll was driving great. He was up there in like P7, 8. I mean, it's going to be great to see Lando on the podium. But yeah, Lance Stroll couldn't have done much more than he could. He was unfortunate. He held on for so long against Sebastian Vettel. I think we've seen for at least 10 laps, 7 laps. He was holding Vettel with a weak engine. It shows how strong them racing points are this season. Mercedes 2.0, regardless. Perez does finish P6. He was sitting in the P3, P4 region. Stroll was sitting in the P7, P6. And that was just... If they can sort of fix the engine issues, perfect. P19 Danny Rick, again, more car issues. Unfortunately, he qualified in P10, wasn't amazing. Poor Alex Albon, man. He doesn't deserve it. He drove well, and it's unfortunate it's showing him the P20. Max Verstappen very early on. You know what? I'll stay on the stream till we have the podium because it'll be very nice to see. But what an incredible race. I mean, thank you to everyone that's joining me. Synthetic, Chris, double Chris, Chris Welch and Chris in Colorado. Thank you very much for commenting. If you haven't commented, don't matter, you don't need to, but at least you've tuned in and watch. It's what we want. We have the Sports Corner YouTube channel, so our regular content on Tuesdays, we have the Wrestling Corner where myself and Simon both review all the big wrestling shows, so your WWE and AEW shows. That's every Tuesday at 11:30 p.m. AM. That may change in the coming future with stuff going on. We're getting the national anthems on. On Wednesdays, we have the Top Corner football podcast. It's what started all this. That's with Josh, the host. We've been doing this regularly, definitely. We talked about it in the group chat about we were worried about doing these streams because we didn't know whether we get viewers. And at the end of the day, regardless of if you find it enjoyable, if there's no viewers, it doesn't make it enjoyable. This was a worry for me because we've been streaming for 2 hours. If I didn't have anyone in the comments, you lot probably, it wouldn't be as fun as it was. So thank you very much. But yeah, on Wednesdays, Top Corner podcast with Josh, me, and the double carriers that were in chat earlier. We talk about all things football. It's a thing we've done since we've done it for nearly 9 months. We really enjoy it, and we hope you can tune into that. That's every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Give or take. On Thursdays, we don't want to just have certain things. On Thursdays, we have the NFL Corner with Will and Kieran. They're and they do many things. They're on tier lists currently now because the season's not going on. So they've got tier lists of so the quarterbacks last week. So tune in. I know my boy Gardner Minshew finished. If you're not an NFL fan, just Google Gardner Minshew. He's amazing. On Saturdays, there will be forms of watchalongs. Well, not on Saturdays, on any days really in the week. Just tune into the Twitter. I think we've got it here. Great national anthem, this, by the way. Where's the Twitter? It's at the Top Corner, at the _Top Corner on Twitter. That's where Josh gives all of his updates on the stream times for watchalongs. Every Sunday when there's an F1 race, I'll be here, guaranteed. Well, not guaranteed. I won't say that in case something's going on, in case we're moving or something. But yeah, I love that trophy as well. The trophy is the Austrian track, but Valtteri, getting P1. Congratulations to him. He does deserve it. He drove an incredible race. But yeah, the watch-alongs will be happening more or less every race week. I'll only do Sundays because I think qualifying, no point doing it because that's when football's on and stuff. I mean, Charles Leclerc getting the P2 trophy, I think it's in silver. And then P3, Lando Norris. And he does it. He's the first leading. He's the only. He's the leading Brit of the championship. Obviously, you've got Hamilton, Russell, Albon. I mean, we're gonna watch how the thingies goes on. Fair play to Valtteri. Valtteri was not having any of that crap. But in F3, they took off the masks and stuff. Valtteri just took it off and started necking it. So did Lando. What are your thoughts on Albon? He's great. He's a good driver. Red Bull would have took him if they didn't believe in him. Lando going over to his team. But yeah, Alex Albon, he drove well. And the Red Bull decision to bring him in for softs would have been the best tactical decision in this race, just because the Mercs didn't come in. So Albon and Charles didn't come in. So all Alex Albon had to do. Where was Charles in that point? Charles must have been in fifth, weren't he? Fifth, Albon fourth, Albon third. Yeah, Charles fourth, Albon third. But yeah, put him on softs, and he had the best opportunity to. Sorry, I got distracted. Charles Glad, but oh my god! See, I've been talking for too much. Alex Albon, sorry, Water. You're gonna get a better response in a second. Alex Albon, it was a good overtake. He sort of baits Lewis in, takes him on the outside. Hamilton tries to cover it, and he does cover the inside. Albon launches on the outside. He's 3/4 car through. He's practically all the way ahead. And then Hamilton, bit of a nudge. Albon spins out. Obviously, next week there would be stream, but yeah, it's unfortunate. And then having the power issues to not get a chance at a point. I mean, as far as both Red Bulls not finishing, that could mean a lot coming in. Even if, regardless of finish, if you want to win the thing, if you're not getting any points in the first race, like when there's a big proper season, but no. But yeah, so these watch-alongs will carry on, guaranteed. I've really enjoyed this today. Thank you to everyone that joined in, even like people who couldn't stay or didn't stay, at least just tuned in. It gives us a view. Like the channel, please subscribe as well because it does help. We want to build this as a place for people to watch content if they don't have anything to watch with. That was what I want to do anyway with my F1s, because I know I don't watch F1 with any of my mates. And so it's good to have someone to watch along, even if I'm ahead of you, even if you're ahead of me. It's still something. But yeah, I mean, I'll run through the final standings if you didn't hear. So in P1, it's Valtteri Bottas. Great race, drove incredibly well. Charles Leclerc in P2, Lando Norris in P3, Lewis Hamilton P4, Carlos Sainz P5, Sergio Perez P6, Pierre Gasly P7, Esteban Ocon P8, Antonio Giovinazzi P9. Great drive from him. Sebastian Vettel P10. Nicholas Latifi 11th, then DNFs, Kvyat, Albon, Raikkonen, Russell, Grosjean, Magnussen, Stroll, Raikkonen, Ricciardo and Verstappen. I mean, we forgot about that. Perez did get time penalties all for speeding in the pit lane. There was contact even in the pit lane, not contact, but battle. But Lando Norris's first podium, incredible. Valtteri Bottas, incredible drive. He held it well. Unfortunately, Alex Albon, Charles Leclerc, great drive. He went up 5 positions. But yeah, you got to feel sorry for Albon. It means everything to Lando Norris. It means everything to everyone. If you still want more, not us content, but the top corner content, use that link, go to the Twitch. We've currently still got a virtual Euro tournament going on. The Euros aren't on, but we've got a virtual tournament going on there. So I will be back next week around the same time for Austria V2. Thank you very much for watching.